Here, Christ, hang on a minute. Here's Survivor, Chapter 33, Morning Has Broken. It was a relief when morning came. She slowly sipped her coffee and wondered what she could do to get through the day. She decided to go to the swimming baths. She needed to keep in shape. After 50 lengths, she felt like she'd done enough, and she lay in the sauna, exhausted. It had been a stressful week, and she drank her coffee slowly and waited for the men to come. Oh no. Oh no. It's been a stressful week and she needed to unwind. She decided to place an advert in the local newspaper to see if she could get any responses. When she approached the desk, she received a few funny looks, but she was used to people being judgmental. She didn't care. The next few days flew by while she waited for the phone to ring. Finally, it did, and a posh sounding gentleman left a message. She phoned back, and it transpired that he was an old army general, and his wife had died a few years before, and he needed a companion to accompany him to concerts and social gatherings. He sounded pleasant, not creepy at all, so she accepted. That night they went to the Albert Hall. It was a dazzling and amazing experience. She wore a long black dress which she managed to pick up at a charity shop, and she didn't look out of place amongst all the beautiful women. She was so excited waiting for the music to begin. She wasn't an expert in classical music, but she was willing to learn. Her partner for the evening was called James. He was a silver fox, conservative. He dressed well in a black suit and white tie. He was an old school gentleman, polite and well mannered. To her surprise, when the music started, she recognized it. It was Beethoven's Fifth. She was still pleased with herself. The beautiful music washed over her, and she felt her spirits soaring. There are some things in life worth living for, she thought at the interval. At the interval, they had coffee, and it was wonderful to meet and talk to so many interesting and obviously intelligent people. They were a lot more different from people in the past who only seemed to talk about the soaps and themselves. She had learned that there was a lot more to life, and she was determined to experience it. She felt like a princess, and for once life was a fairy tale, not a nightmare. At the end of the performance, they went back to his place in a taxi. They sat together in the back holding hands, winding through the exhilarating London night. She half expected the taxi to turn into a pumpkin. It was so magical. She was so happy, her face glowed and her eyes shone. The evening was supposed to be business, but she could feel herself growing fond of him. She knew it was a mistake to mix business with pleasure, but her stop button was off.